do we choose a title like The Night Before? Well, it was quite well, it was quite thrilling to release this record because it's the first record with Noemi, and so it gives a lot of stress, you know, and it's a bit like the night before you do something, you know, something really special or something like
that can change your life.
That can change your life. You're really nervous and you can't sleep and you have difficulties. So that's why it's called The Night Before, you know. It's the night before we release this record and everything that, you know, comes with that, you know, like the stress and all that stuff. But also the excitement, you know. A little bit from everywhere. First of all, there's two songs that were already written long time ago. Anger Never Dies is one of them. I wrote that in 2004, and Danger Zone. And that's the cool thing about, like, you know, we write songs all the time, so sometimes you write a song and it doesn't really fit on an album. But then years later you write an album, and we started writing on this album with other songs, like for instance The Night Before and stuff, and then suddenly you see like, hey, this song really would blend and it would work together. Talking about like all different kinds of things. I think like The Night Before, the song, is quite based on a movie called The Hangover. I don't know if you've seen the movie The Hangover. It's like a movie where you have these guys going to Las Vegas to have like a bachelor night before wedding. And the next morning they wake up and there's a tiger in the bathroom and there's a baby in the room and one guy is missing and so they don't know what happened, you know. They were so drunk and so drugged up that they don't have a clue what happened. And that's a bit what the song is about, you know. You are lying on the floor trying to remember what happened the night before, so it's a bit surreal. It's fantastic actually, you know. Like it took a while before we finally decided, you know, because from the first MP3 we heard, we knew she had a great voice, but it's like, you know, what we were looking for in a singer is like a combination of things. So it's not only a good voice, but also strong personality. It needs to click, you know, between us. There needs to be chemistry. And then after a couple of months, she came in the studio and sang Danger Zone in 2 takes, which was a song I've never found anybody who could sing it. And the combination of like all these things, you know, finally made us to decide that she was the one. Yeah, of course, a lot of things changed. You know, first of all, technology makes things faster, easier. On the other hand, sometimes more difficult, I guess, you know. Look at the camera you're using to film this, you know. It's tiny, but I could easily, you know, like make a video these days with a Canon photo camera, you know. You can make a video, you know, and it looks fantastic. Back in the days when we started off, everything was like still, well, no, it was 16 millimeter, 35 millimeter. It was really like, you know, real film, you know. It was really expensive. Studios were extremely expensive. These days we work at home, you know. I have a perfect studio at home. I mix there. So everything is more compact. Everything is more like, you know, is faster. But I guess for young bands it's more difficult because there's a way more competition, you know. There's a strong competition because especially in electronic music.